Hello everybody. Now that we are done with finding the correlation, top 10 highly correlated numeric variables for the defaulter and for the non-defaulter segment, both of these segment, right? Next thing which we're gonna do is we again gonna have a look and find the relationship between the variables. So first we will start with, this is the correlation which we found. Now we will see, we will do the univariate analysis for each of the numeric variables. First we will do univariate, then we will jump to the bivariate analysis, right? We will just see how the numeric variables are related to default and non-default, and then how the numeric variables are related to each other. All right, lot of talking. Let's just see, let's just have a look at the variables which we have in num data. Okay, so we created, if you are following the series, you must have seen that we created this table which contains only the numeric variables. If you are not following the series, then here is the patch which is creating this particular data. Okay, now let's just come back over here and let's just have a look at top 5 records. Okay, so these are the numeric variables. If you see, this is id column, which is not of much use. This is just a flagging thing. Then this is showing the count of children. What is the variable that we should start with doing our analysis? All right, so if you see over here we have amount, income, total, amount credit, amount annuity, amount goods price, right? So you remember previously we had a list of numeric variables definition, right? So let me just see if I have that already opened. Looks like yes, I have it opened. Now let's just have a look at this. Let me just close this, and here, from here, what you can do is you can look for the definition of this columns. For example, amount, income, total. That means what is the total income of a customer, right, whom we are giving the loan. You can also say client or something like that. Amount, credit. What is the credit amount was given to the customer? For example, amount, annuity, right? So what does this amount, annuity means? Let's just see its meaning, and for that what I'll do is I'll try to find the column over here. Amount annuity means loan annuity. What is the loan annuity that the customers are paying? Okay, and then amount goods price. Amount goods price is something, this is the amount of the goods for which the loan is being given. Okay, for consumer loans, it is the price of the goods for which the loan is given. Yeah, it's exactly the same what I just said. Okay, so let's just focus on these amount variables and try to do the analysis on this. So what I'll do is I'll just copy all these variables, and I'll make a list of all these variables. For example, let's call it amount var equals to this. All right, so I'll just do it quickly. Oops. All right, so I just need to convert it to the list. That's why I'm sorry, I cannot do much into this. What I can do is either I can pause the video or I can do a fast forward, but it is almost done. Okay, so here we go. Now here we have the list of amount, income, total, amount variables. Okay, now let's just try to plot one variable. So for that I will plot, let me just do a KDE plot. Okay, SNS dot KDE plot, and in that data equals to I can say num data. I'm going to take the all numeric data, I'm going to take the subset of the data with numeric variables only, and on X variable I will just put let's put the amount credit, and let's just see what is it that we are going to get. And in the hue I will use target variable, so that it will give us an idea how the fraud is happening by amount. Not fraud means default, how the default is happening by credit amount. What is the proportion? So if you look from the defaulter perspective, what we see is this line represents to the defaulter and this blue line represents to the non-defaulter. So if you see, in both of the cases, the amount credit, most of the customers are falling in this range, which is 0 to 1 million. How do I know 1 million? Here you see L1E6, that means 1 to the power 6. So when you do 1 to the power 6, you get 1 million. Okay, So if you see, mostly the customers are falling between this range 0 to 1. That means those customers who took the loan of amount credit between 0 to 1, some of them defaulted and some of them non-defaulted. Means what we conclude over here is mostly the customers who had taken were given the loan of 0 to 1 million, and some of them were defaulted, some of them were non-defaulted, few of them were defaulted rather, we can say. So we do not conclude much on the defaulter side over here. All right, so let's just repeat the same thing for all of these 4 numeric variables. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, how we're gonna do the automated, our favorite work, which is the automated way. All right, so let me just call for I comma call enumerate, for I comma call in enumerate, and here I would just say this, amount var. Let me just call it amount var. Okay, and here what we're gonna say is plt dot subplot, and here I will just say we have 4 variables, so we're gonna create a grid of 2 by 2, and here I would say I plus 1. Then if you're following my series, you would understand why I'm doing this. Okay, if not, then I would recommend you just go back and follow the series, right? This is nothing but just I'm giving the dimension of grid, because here we'll be creating 4 charts all together. Okay, so sns dot kde plot, and in that here I'm just going to supply the data, which is nothing but num data. All right, and then here on x-axis I'll put columns, and then in hue I will put target. Let me just say target. All right, so we are done, but it's just some of the decoration which we need to do, that is plt dot figure, otherwise it won't look good. And here I would say fixed size, and here I would say 10,5, and over here I'll just give some spacing between the charts. Okay, plt dot subplot, subplot adjustment, and that I would say w space, which I would put 0.5, and h space I would put 0.5. Let's just run this. It will take few seconds, and then it will flash the charts, 4 charts, and then once we get the charts, we will start writing the insights, which we have been doing, you know, on this notepad. If you see over here, this is the notepad where we have done, where we wrote all of our analysis. Okay, let me just make it a little bigger. Okay, and here I'll just say univariate numeric variables analysis. All right, we got it. Okay, so now on these 4 variables, let me make it a little bigger. What you see is most of the customers were given the loan, most of the customers who were given the loan had income between 0 to 1 million. How do I know this? Simple. 1e8, you see this, that means 1 to the power 8, which will be 100,000, right? So each number multiplied by 100,000, right? So somewhere it will if you expand this will come between 0 to 1 million. Okay, so most of the customers who took the loan and turn out to be non-defaulter have total income between 0 to 1 million. Okay, now amount credit, which, okay, first let's focus on this particular variable, amount goods price. So most of the loans which has been given, for that the goods price was between 0 to 1 million. Means mostly the loans which were given, for the product which had a price of 0 to 1 million. Okay, so let's just write this makes some, you know, sense over here. Let me just say most of the loans were given for the goods price ranging between 0 to 1 million. Okay, now because the loan is given for the goods price, so if the goods price is ranging between 0 to 1 million, of course amount credit would also range between 0 to 1 million. This would somehow be related, not exactly look, not always the amount credit would be in sync with goods price, because let's say sometime if you're taking a car loan in India, so somewhere 90% will be finance and 10% you'll have to do the down payment, right? But that somewhere range between the same, ranges around the same amount. Okay, so if the goods price is ranging between 0 to 1, amount credit would also range between 0 to 1. So this is this we can, if you want, you can write it. Most of the loans were given for the amount, credit amount of 0 to 1 million. All right, 1 million. Now let's have a look at amount annuity. So mostly the customers are paying annuity of 0 to 50,000 rupee. Okay, most of the customers are paying annuity of 0 to 50,000. Okay, most of the customers are paying the annuity of 0 to 50,000, and mostly the customers have income between 0 to 1 million. All right, so mostly the customers are falling, you can say, falling under low income, right? On defaulter side perspective, we cannot conclude much basis on this amount variables. Like I said previously, that defaulters and non-defaulters both are ranging between 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, and in the same segment. Okay, so if you take a segment over here 0 to 50,000, this has defaulters and non-defaulters also. If you could have a case that between 0 to 50,000 you are getting this line, and this line is has a spike between 100,000 to 150,000 over here, then we can say that customers paying low annuity are the defaulters, right? But it's not the case here. If you see, non-defaulters are also paying the annuity of 0 to 50,000, and defaulters are also paying the annuity of 0 to 50,000. Same goes with goods price and the amount credit. So we do not have much to conclude basis on the defaulters from the defaulters and non-defaulters perspective using these variables. All right, so this was the univariate analysis for the numeric variables. Now in the next video we will do the bivariate analysis for this and many other numeric variables. All right, see you in the next video.